For me, what was important for the projects which were selected in the process of curating the second volume of Unbuilt Architecture was this idea of publicness. When the brief called for architecture of the collectives, in my mind, it was very important that the project or projects that are included in the book have, to a certain degree, a thought towards what is public architecture and what is architecture in the civic realm. Secondly, I want to emphasize, at least from my end, that there is a distinction between unbuilt and the idea of unrealized projects. As architects, many of our projects do not see the light of the day, and they do not necessarily translate into valid entries for a book of this nature. What we were looking at as a jury, and also me individually, was what is the critical content in a project, and how does it really what does it say? What are the issues it raises, and what are its concerns, and how does that project address and confront the questions raised by the brief? So that the content of the project was very important while making the selection. And lastly, this selection that is made, these are all entries that were submitted through an open call. So the selection that is made is basically from those entries. So it is not really an exhaustive view of unbuilt architecture in India, but in some way I am quite happy with the outcome, because it is a critical cut. The projects represented in this book hopefully cover a range of scales, a range of concerns, and a range of even the contexts that we typically find, from very urban inserts in highly dense situations to very idyllic rural and peri-urban locations where these proposals seem to have an impact. So finally, I think the book, along with the essays and the supporting content or the background content, will be more like a collection of manifestos or ideas rather than a catalog of projects. That's the hope.